Constant, give me an idea. I mean, you're a planner, the planner here and on this table, and you deal with these questions all the time. Give me a perfect, or at least an idea on how this city should be designed, in essence, to make sure that people come from whatever places they're coming from and they get to the city somehow. Of course, using, not the perfect public transport, but also we're not congesting. All of us are not meeting at the center, which is our problem today.
Yeah, I'll look at it at 3 scales. Okay, macro, meso, and micro. Okay, at the larger scale, which we can call the metropolitan level, where you're talking of the city and its surrounding environments. Because whether we like it or not,
this is Makueni, Kiambu, and
Kajiado,
yes.
Thika. Those are areas that are fully. In fact, Ruiru, you can think is essentially part of Nairobi.
Yes.
So at that level, there is need for those counties to work together and capitalize on economies of scale in order to have mass transit across linking the counties, other than each county working on its own. Because whether we like it or not, the surrounding area around the city
it's part of the city now.
Is part of the city now. And I've seen there's been some effort through the Nairobi Metropolitan Transit Authority, although I know there's still some documents in Parliament and it's still work in progress as far as funding is concerned of some of the proposed projects. The next level is now urban level, okay, where now we're talking about the city itself. Okay, what's the movement just within the city? And there it's very simple. The Nairobi Integrated Urban Development Plan proposes certain growth points and centers, okay, in order not to have it as what we call a monocentric city where everything is around the CBD. So have like 3 or 4 other centers. I think around Woodley was identified. There was also this area around Kamkunji. There were a number of places identified. Now, linking those areas with good, high quality, good public transport. It may not be the highest quality, but good, seamless, and organized public transport. And then also assessing the land use around those areas, so that you have, more density around transit lines. We call that transit-oriented development. And then the lowest level, which is the urban design level, now is in line with what Madam was saying here, where we're talking about even street design. Okay, I know there's a document at the ministry called the street design manual for urban areas in Kenya that's still being assessed. But now that one will look at a street. What does a street comprise of? What is needed for a bus terminus? What is needed for a bus stage? What is needed for pedestrians? What is needed for traders? You go down now to that level. So those are 3, you can call it, urban design level, urban planning level, and then metropolitan planning level. So when you look at all those 3 collectively, then you're able to come up to have a city that's moving forward. But when you look at them independently, or you try to solve one urban design problem in one corner, fine, you end up with a very nice outcome, but you still need to do more, because there's a lot of interaction throughout the city. There's need for public space at urban design level. There's need for, we know when schools are open, then traffic moves in certain directions. And then also some basic things. It's a shame that a whole city like Nairobi doesn't even have traffic lights, apart from, I think, here on Kenyatta Avenue, a few of them, and then at Yaya Center. Today at Westlands, there was a policeman there really trying to rush.
We've tried this thing of the traffic lights every so often. We keep saying it, they keep, putting new ones, and then somehow they just don't work. What's the issue with that? From your experience?
If the experts want it to work, it will work.
It will work.
In cities bigger than Nairobi, it works.
So someone doesn't want to work?
There's someone who doesn't want it to work. There's no other reason that explains that. And finally, I think another key thing, I think, is all the different bodies that deal with transport need to work together.
That's true.
I mean, we look at the non-motorized transport infrastructure on Uhuru Highway now after what we call the lower deck, after the construction of the expressway. It's an embarrassment. There's nowhere for people to walk. Cycling is even out of the question. And yet it's within the city. Then we also have, so that's Kenya. We have Kenya Urban Roads Authority, the city. I think everybody needs to work towards a shared vision, not trying to keep things to yourself as if, the city belongs to you alone.
Patricia, how do you read the move by Nairobi County to announce that they